Good evening, students. Today is Thursday, and I'm back with your science lesson. The first lesson, Food and Health, chapter number 3 of your science book. And today is the final class and the last class of explanation of science. Now, students, next week on Thursday, we would be doing one live Zoom class on science. I would do the class from 12 o'clock afternoon, 12 to 1:30. So if you have any problem, let me know about it, and then we can reschedule the timing. So next week, I'm not going to start any new lesson. Next week, we would be doing one Zoom live class on science so that we can clear all the doubts and do the cross checking and question answer checking on that particular day. Okay, so hope you would all make it at 12 o'clock afternoon, 12 o'clock noon. Okay, so let's start the final topic of the food and health chapter without any delay. Now, today, student, we come up with the final part and the last part and the third part of the science chapter food and health. Today we would learn about the lifestyle diseases. What are lifestyle diseases? Now first we move on to what is disease. You see, the word disease comes from two words, dis plus ease. Ease means comfort. Now, dis means un or without. Now, when our body comes to a position where we are not comfortable, where we do not feel comfortable, when we do not feel comfortable, we come to a stage where our body does not feel comfortable, does not feel comfortable, then we say we are suffering from disease. Okay, now we have got various kinds of disease or various reasons of diseases. The first reason is lifestyle disease. Now, when we eat unhealthy things, when we have got unhealthy eating habit, unhealthy eating habit, that might include, students, first, eating junk food. Second, not including essential nutrients in our food. Third, most important, we do not take care of the timing of our eating. Sometimes you'll see some of us eat our lunch at 2 o'clock. Some of them are so busy they take their lunch at 3 o'clock. And then some of them take their dinner at night, 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock even we have seen people eating. And then morning they wake up so late, they even skip the breakfast. They straight away take their lunch. So this is a very unhealthy habit of eating. Now students, it is said that you must eat your breakfast by 8 a.m., lunch by 12:30, and then evening tea by 4, and then dinner by 6, maximum by 7 p.m. And then if you have to work late night, Then you can take a slight little supper, that too by 9, and nothing should be eaten beyond that. Beyond 6 p.m., you must not eat anything heavy. But how many of us do follow? Personally, I do not get chance to follow this due to my lifestyle, due to my busy lifestyle, due to my busy schedule. So, we most of us nowadays do not take care of our eating habit, and we follow unhealthy eating habit. Next, irregular or lack of exercise. Lack of regular exercise. Now, students, we are so busy in our life. We are so busy in our life that we do not get a chance to, work out. We do not get time to work out in the morning. Because early morning we need to wake up, then wake our children up, then make them study, send them to school, and then children, they themselves are so busy, they need to wake up early in the morning, study, and then run to school, come back, go to tuition class, come back, sit for study. So when would they do any kind of physical activities? So this is another reason of life. This is also another, bad lifestyle. Lack of regular exercises and not sleeping enough. Third is not sleeping enough. Not sleeping enough. Most of us students do not get sufficient sleep. You as students, you are so overworked with your studies. Seriously, you hardly get chance to sleep at night. Because you need to study late night and wake up early in the morning for school. We, as your parents, we are also overworked in our office, at home, and then after that we need to take care of you all. So we also do not get enough sleep, and that is what leading to very dangerous effect on our health. And students, these are the three main factors that leads to lifestyle diseases. They are not due to any kind of virus, bacteria, or they are not due to any kind of lack of nutrients. This is because of our own habit. That is what is lifestyle. Bad lifestyle has bad effect on our health that leads to diseases, and that's it. That is lifestyle diseases. Few lifestyle diseases are, students, are obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure. So these are the few lifestyle diseases. Now there is first first form of disease is lifestyle disease. That is, you see example of a lifestyle disease, obesity. Now students, there is another type of disease. That is deficiency disease. Deficiency disease is due to lack of nutrients in our food. Deficiency means lack. So second type of disease is deficiency disease. Like, ricket, goiter. These are the few deficiency diseases. What are they? Now let's start with lifestyle diseases. First, lifestyle disease, as I said, it is due to bad eating habit. Alright? So, first reason of lifestyle disease is, see, this girl, she is eating food that is not good for health. First reason of lifestyle diseases. We are doing reasons of lifestyle diseases. First reason is unhealthy eating habit, like eating junk food and not eating on time. This is one reason. Second reason is lack of regular exercise. See, whenever we think of doing some exercise, we end up sleeping like this uncle. Alright? And the third reason is lack of enough sleep. That's why we keep on yawning like this girl. So these are the three reasons of lifestyle diseases. Now, various lifestyle diseases are: number 1, obesity, means being fat. If we eat bad, if we eat unhealthy, if we do not exercise and also not sleep properly, then definitely we would be having obesity. We would become fat. Alright? And also, we would be having diabetes. Diabetes, as I said previous day, diabetes is increase of blood sugar level, sugar level in our blood. Diabetes. And the third thing I said previous day, high blood pressure. We say it as BP, high blood pressure. Now, why do we get obesity? Obesity we mainly get due to the kind of food we eat. Now, if we eat too much of fatty food, too much of sugary food, so fatty food and sugary food mainly leads to overweight or obesity. Obesity is nothing but being overweight, being fat. Alright? So, how can you define overweight? Yes, the picture itself tells what is being fat, being obese, being overweight. So we can define overweight as the condition of being overweight. And why? How overweight? Due to extra fat in the body. Now you see, this poor girl, she has become overweight, she has become fat due to the extra deposition of fat in her body. Look at her chin over here, look at her tummy over here, hands over here. So these are extra deposition of fat in the body. Got it? Now, the obesity has bad effects. It's not that only that we look bad being fat. It's not only about our appearance. Obesity also has bad effects on our health. It has got harmful effect on our health. Like, first, you see, obesity does not let the children grow. It affects the growth and development in children. See, this boy is so fat, it's obese. We can call him a obese child. We call him an obese child. I write it a little with darker ink. Obese child. Now, in obese child or obesity in children affects the growth and affects their growth and development, and it also can cause various health problems. Okay, like diabetes and high blood pressure. It can cause different health problems, like, you see, diabetes and high blood pressure. All right, so students, we should take care that we do not become obese. We should take care of preventing obesity in our health or body. So what are the various ways of prevention of obesity? First thing, avoid eating junk food. I know, students, junk food, they attract us so much, but we should say no. We should say no to junk food. We must say no to it to avoid being fat. Next way is, second way, what we can do? We should have balanced diet that will contain less fat in it. Okay, the balanced diet with low fat, less fat in it. Ghee, butter, oil, fat of animal fat, vegetable fat. So we must avoid eating much of fat in our food, and our food must have balanced diet in it. Okay, and third way of preventing obesity is regular exercise. Regular exercise. Students, you must start exercising from now. Inculcate this habit in yourself. It's a very good habit. Not only it improves our physical health, but also helps to develop our mental health. That is, it will also increase our concentration level. It will increase our focus. It will increase our intelligence. So inculcate the habit of exercising every day morning. So these are the few. This first reason of lifestyle disease is obesity, and what then we have got the definition of obesity, and what are the harmful effects of obesity, and then what are the various methods of prevention of obesity. Now students, here is a guideline of some good exercises like fasting. Buy a nice walking shoes for yourself. Then walk fast. Fast walk. Okay, this is one good way. See, buy a nice walking shoes for yourself and go for fast walk every morning or evening. Next, another way is, if you do not like to walk, then you can go for jogging. Wear a nice jogging suit and jogging shoes and then go for jogging. Next, if you are not interested in walking and jogging, you can do cycling. Cycling is a very good exercise for you all, and it is also fun for you. Go cycling. And also, if you wish, this is a lovely, my favorite of all, swimming. So these are the few good exercises you can do regularly. One day you go for walk, another day you go for jogging, another day you go for cycling, next day you go for swimming, or you can regularly go for swimming. It's summertime. Though now this year it is different due to corona, we are not allowed to go out. So you just can simply do cycling in front of your house, the lane, or just in your terrace you go do jogging a little bit. So keep yourself exercising every day. Okay. Next lifestyle disease is diabetes. Diabetes is, once student, if a person gets diabetes, it becomes a lifelong disease. Means if a person gets it, you cannot permanently cure it. একবার যদি ব্লাড সুগার হয়ে যায়, কোনো ওষুধে blood sugar সারে না. But blood sugar level can be controlled with medicine, exercises and various food control. But you cannot cure it permanently. জেনে রাখো, সেহেতু ব্লাড সুগার যেন কোনো দিন না হয় কারুর. But it has become a frequent, very common disease for all. A lifelong, diabetes is a lifelong condition. lifelong condition that causes the level of sugar. Now what is that sugar? What is that sugar? চিনি বেড়ে যায় কি ব্লাডে? না, sugar contains glucose. এই গ্লুকোজটা বেড়ে যায় ব্লাডে। in blood to become in blood too high, very high, and it can also become fatal, students, if it crosses. You see this picture, it shows 208, which is a huge, a high blood pressure. Okay, 95, 100, this is okay, but 208 is too much. It's a high blood pressure. Okay, so this is the definition of diabetes. Now, how do we get the glucose in our blood? What happens, you see, students? When we eat food, okay, we eat food, right? What happens to the food? Food gets digested. Food gets digested. And where does it go? Where does the digested food go? It enters the blood, so that during circulation, the various nutrients which is absorbed by the digestive system gets transferred to various parts of our body. For that reason, the digested food enters the blood. Okay? Now, what happens? The food contains glucose. Digested food contains glucose. Now, enters the blood, and from here, what happens to the glucose? What happens to the glucose of the food? The glucose, they come out of the blood and enters the cell. Okay, it come out of the blood, and gets into cells, because glucose is responsible for producing energy into our broad body. And in these cells, you know, students, what happens? They are broken. They are broken down in these cells. And what happens due to the breaking down of the glucose in the cell? It gives energy to the body. Produce energy. This is how we get energy. Okay, this is how we get energy. So you can see it's a description of how we get energy from food, or how do we extract energy from food. How we extract energy from food, that would be better. Extract means draw, মানে কি করে আমরা ফুড থেকে এনার্জি শুষে বার করি. What happens? We eat food first. Food gets digested. The digested food enters the blood, in the form of glucose. And then what happens? This glucose comes out of the blood and enters the cells of our body, and there it gets broken down, and it breaks down to produce energy. Alright? Now students, if we have diabetes, suppose a person has got diabetes. Now when a person have got diabetes, what happens? When a diabetic person inside their body, glucose cannot move properly from the blood into cell. A diabetic person, this step student here, where the glucose comes out of the blood and gets into the cell, here a diabetic person, this step inside a diabetic person, this does not work properly. In diabetic person, this step does not work properly. That is, the glucose completely cannot come out of the blood of the person and get into the cell to break down and produce energy. Here inside the blood, certain amount of glucose stays back. And when certain amount of glucose stays back into the blood, this glucose is what? This glucose is the, you see, sugar. So slowly the sugar or the glucose, they cannot completely come out of the blood and enter the cells, and slowly it keeps on depositing in the blood. And a time comes when the level of glucose or sugar increases in the blood, right? And we say the person has got more sugar in the blood, that is more glucose in the blood, that is the person is diabetic. Now other way you think, the digested food that enters the blood contains glucose. This glucose completely from the blood enters the cell, and from there it breaks down into produce energy, right? So the glucose breaks down to produce energy over here. Now students, the entire amount of glucose which is coming from the digested food is unable to enter the cell of a diabetic person because certain amount is left in the blood. So students think, first glucose should come out of the blood and enter the cell. Then only we are going to get sufficient amount of energy. So the entire amount of glucose from the blood of a diabetic person is not coming out of it and getting into the cell to produce entire amount of energy we need. That's why a diabetic person does not have got that much of energy that you and I would have, because the entire glucose is not getting broken down to produce energy. About that, certain amount of glucose which is staying back into the blood of the person, that is also harmful. That is increasing the glucose level or sugar level in the blood of the diabetic person. Understood? If you have any doubt, you can personally call me and I will clear it. Now, what are the symptoms? How would you identify by seeing that the person has got diabetes? So, various symptoms of diabetes is first, tiredness. The person becomes tired easily. Why? Because entire glucose of the food a diabetic person is eating is not getting broken down into energy. So that's why he is not getting sufficient amount of energy, and he easily becomes tired. Next, weight loss. Definitely that person whose blood is getting slowly deposited with more and more amount of glucose will not like to eat. So without eating properly, the person will definitely show weight loss. So this is the second symptom, weight loss. And then the person will feel excessively thirsty. So next symptom is excessive thirst. ওই লোকটা মানুষটা খুব জল পিপাসা পাবে, সব সময় মনে হয় জল খাই, excessive thirst. See this, so this is the third symptom. The person will feel excessively thirsty. And the fourth is a frequent need to urinate. See, the person will often feel like to go to susu. So these are the few symptoms of diabetes: tiredness, excessive weight loss, excessive thirst, and frequent need to urinate. Urinate মানে সুসু করা. Now, if it is so harmful, blood sugar, diabetes, so we must take care to prevent the diabetes. So, first way of preventing diabetes is eating balanced diet, low fat, low sugar diet. See, everywhere, even in obesity we saw that. In obesity also we saw that we need to have balanced diet. Balanced diet with low fat and sugar. Even in obesity we saw that, you see, balanced diet with low fat. In diabetes also you see balanced diet with low fat. So repeatedly they are asking us to eat balanced diet with low fat and sugar. Next, again repeatedly you see balanced diet, exercise, balanced diet, exercise, low fat, exercise, low sugar, exercise. Everywhere, even in diabetes also, you must exercise regularly. And I have already told you what are the various good exercises which you can do without going to gym or paying extra money somewhere. These are the few good regular exercises a person can do without any trainer, fitness trainer or something, like walking, walking. And yes, of course, you children, you must get involved into this, playing games. Not video games, but outdoor games. Not playing video games, but remember, students, outdoor games like running around, skipping, playing football, playing cricket. Okay, outdoor. So when I say play games, you must not feel, oh my god, I feel I play games always, mama, see what ma'am is saying, playing games. So it is not playing the game over your mobile or laptop or computer. It is about running around and playing. Okay, outdoor games. And next, bad effect, or next type of disease due cause lifestyle disease is high BP or high blood pressure. Now, what is high blood pressure? High blood pressure is a situation where blood flows through the blood vessel at certain pressure, certain high pressure. Okay, so you see, students, when now students, next lifestyle disease is high blood pressure. Now students, you will see in the lesson circulation that blood flows through blood vessels. We have got blood vessels inside our body. Through it, the blood flows. And for flowing of blood, like when the water flows with some pressure, the blood flows with some pressure. The blood flows through blood vessels with certain pressure. This pressure is known as blood pressure. Okay, you also have blood pressure, I also have blood pressure, but having blood pressure is not bad, but having excess blood pressure, having high blood pressure is bad. That is, what is high blood pressure? When this blood pressure increases, when blood flows through the blood vessel with excessive or higher pressure, I would say, with higher pressure than normal, we say it's bad. It's high blood pressure. So students, do not get confused. Blood pressure everybody has. You have blood pressure, I have blood pressure. Without pressure, the blood will not be able to flow through the blood vessels. But if we get a situation where the pressure of the blood becomes high, it becomes higher than the normal, then we say it's high blood pressure. Okay? Now students, it has been seen that one 120 by generally an adult, it is seen that 120 by 90. This is considered to be a normal blood pressure. Okay, it's ideal between 120, 80 to 120. Now below 90, it becomes low blood pressure, and above 120, it is high blood pressure. Above 120, it is high blood pressure. Okay, so it is one extra information I have given. Now, the high blood pressure has got various bad effects, harmful effects. Now, blood flows into the internal organs. We cannot see the blood flowing outside the skin. It flows inside, and we have got organs inside. So if we have got more blood pressure, then the blood will hit the internal organs with excessive pressure. And this excessive pressure on the internal organs might damage, okay, can damage internal organs. So this is one very bad effect. So you can see some bad effects I have given here in the picture. This can create stroke in our brain. It will go straight hit the brain with high pressure, and that might damage our brain. Stroke. That might hit our eye and damage our vision. It might hit the heart valves, so with high pressure, and we might get heart attack. Okay, and it might hit the kidneys, and we might get kidney disease or kidney failure. So this is the way it can damage the internal organs. Now, how can you check, or you can keep a control over blood pressure? Controlling blood pressure is only by checking blood pressure regularly. Checking blood pressure regularly. And what are the various symptoms of blood pressure? How would you, without checking, how can you understand whether a person has got blood pressure, high blood pressure or not? First thing, the frequent headache. The person will have frequent headache. And also often chest pain. See, chest pain and headache. These are the most important symptoms of high blood pressure. Got it? And high blood pressure, as I said, can cause heart attack. This is fatal. Heart attack. This is fatal. This is very dangerous. Not only it will cause chest pain and headache, direct heart attack, that is stopping your heart and killing you. How can you prevent? So we need to prevent high blood pressure. To prevent high blood pressure, you must reduce the amount of salt in your food. So this is one first and foremost point. Reduce intake of salt in food. Next, again, eat more fruits and vegetables. Healthy diet of fruits and vegetables. See, Always they are repeatedly saying healthy diet, healthy diet, healthy diet. So reduce eating salt and increase eating vegetables. Say no to excess salt. Say yes to more amount of fruits and vegetables. Then, if you are overweight, if you are fat, then reduce your weight, become slim. So this is the third, lose weight if you are fat. Okay? And again, students, exercise regularly. Got it? So these are the few ways. And also high blood pressure, sugar, they have no cure, natural cure. You will have to take regular medicine, but with doctor's advice. Doctor knows how much dose you must eat. Okay? And also sleep, students, at least 6 hours of night sleep. Not, you cannot say afternoon night sleep. At night you should sleep for 6 hours. Got it? So these are the various ways of preventing blood pressure. So students, hopefully you have understood what is disease and two types of diseases. What are two types of diseases? And lifestyle diseases, various examples of lifestyle diseases, their symptoms and their prevention. Now students, I'm not going to send you the deficiency disease today. On Saturday, however, on Saturday, I would again send you another part of this video. And then finally, next week we can do the Zoom meeting class on Thursday. Okay? This is because the video is going so long and you students would not be able to grasp it for that long. The video is going 2 hours. So I have split this final portion of our science, food and health into 2 parts. Today I'm sending one part. On Saturday morning I'll send another part with its question answer. So today you just do till lifestyle diseases. Okay? Thank you.